Krishnaji, what does personal excellence mean to you?
Personal excellence is the very basis from where inner excellence emerges. When I'm going to merge these two together, because personal excellence cannot be measured from external parts, it has to be measured from internal. So the quality of how we see the world from within is the world we create around us, isn't it? So if the thoughts we think is the world we create, then, as our wisdom teacher said, think high thoughts, think of them day after day, moment after moment. Refine your inside and your outer world will be transformed accordingly. So, bringing that into an organizational perspective, what is within us is perfection. The outer world can attain perfection only when the inner world inspires, guides, molds and shapes the outer world.
Perfect. How can one achieve personal excellence?
To achieve personal excellence, number one, we've got to have a driver. That driver has got to be an inspiration. It's got to have an intention. But without the most key ingredient, which is passion, without passion, everything will falter. Passion is the driver of the universe. So we've got number one, we've got the intention, we got inspiration, and you combine that with passion, inner excellence, personal excellence is bound to follow.
Well said. How has BioWell helped you achieve your personal excellence?
Number one, when we look at the quanta of data that we get from the BioWell, namely the nature of how the left-right hemispheres of the brain correlate to one another, and the left and right hemispheres of the brain are the connection between the cognitive brain and the intuitive brain. Without these two in synchronicity, there is always imbalance. So, how does the BioWell observe this? Through our data, we are able to observe the nature of how these two synchronize, and that itself is the measure that we can utilize towards achieving inner excellence. How do we do this? Those are the steps that we follow.
Krishnaji, how has BioWell assisted you in achieving personal excellence?
Okay. Number one, we know that BioWell is a scientific device that measures human wellness. And measuring human wellness is the basis of BioWell. So, how does it do it? Number one, when we are able to observe through the data that we capture how the two hemispheres of the brain synchronize with one another, meaning that the left hemisphere is the cognitive brain and the right hemisphere is the intuitive brain. So when these two hemispheres are asynchronous, then we know that we need to tweak something. Either one is too weighted and the other one is not. So optimally, these two are to be synchronous. So how do we cultivate that level of synchronicity? Number one, through our deep practices, namely breathing. Breathing is very systematic. It is very precise. And the moment we are able to attune ourselves to the nature of breath, we can harmonize the two hemispheres. So this is an ongoing practice that I've been nurturing from the days of the GDV that has now led to the BioWell, well over 20 years ago. But of course, growing up in this beautiful land here in Bharat, India, it has been an integral part of life right from schooling. So now, having lived in the US and having founded an Institute for Science, Spirituality and Sustainability, there it has now become even more vital to come back to the land of my birth. So which is exactly what we've done and started Niramaya Life here in Bangalore to be a magnificent incubator that can bring forth the wonderful teachings that has imbued in me both knowledge and wisdom so that it can be imparted to our youth of a nation and hence empower the nation, empower the youth, create a magnificent life here, and everybody live brilliantly, celebratorily, and increase the vital energy of a nation by qualitative approach.
Wow. So, what does Niramaya Life stand for?
Well, we know what Niramaya is, beautiful Sanskrit transmission. Niramaya is enhancement of the quality of wellness, the quality of life, which means quality of thought, quality of word, and quality of deed. This is integral to living integrally. So, there's no other nation on the planet that has knowledge and wisdom as we do here in Bharat. And this is a gift, and this to be imparted to especially our youth, because our youth are the wealth of a nation. And the wealth of a nation, and Bharat is here not just to be a leader and bring about a magnificent beacon of light to the rest of the world. It can be an inspiration to the youth of the world, thereby transforming the collective consciousness of all humankind.
Okay. What is the message you want to send to our viewers?
A very beautiful question, and it's very clear, it's very simple. And the message to be sent is, here we are, clearest example, we are 99.9% molecules. Molecules are governed in water. Water is governed in light. So what does that make us all? Beings of light.
Right.
So, to beings of light, we are to be as clear. Why? Because in clarity, that white light is brilliant. The moment we touch a prism, what does it do? It broadcasts out to a magnificent rainbow. So, we are beacons of light. So what is my message? Let us live as what we have been imprinted to be right from our birth.
Thank you very much, Krishna ji, for your valuable time.